The massive AGT studio buzzes with energy as the next contestant is announced. Bright lights sweep across the audience, who clap eagerly, expecting another typical performer. But when a small, timid Filipino boy steps into view, the atmosphere changes instantly. He looks no older than 12, thin, shy, and wearing clothes that are neat but clearly worn from daily use. His sandals are slightly scuffed, and his hair is combed with the kind of care only a loving parent could give. He pauses at center stage, blinking under the intense lights. The crowd murmurs softly, unsure what to expect. Some smile warmly, others lean forward with curiosity. The boy holds the microphone with both hands, trying to steady his nervous fingers. Sofia Vergara leans in with motherly gentleness. "Hello, sweetheart, what's your name?" The boy clears his throat. "My name is Daniel. I'm 12 years old, and I'm from the Philippines." A wave of applause rises from the audience, surprised and supportive. Daniel tries to smile but quickly looks down again, overwhelmed by how many people are watching him. Heidi follows with another question, her eyes kind and encouraging. "And why did you come all the way here to AGT?" Daniel hesitates. His small chest rises with a shaky breath. When he speaks again, his voice cracks slightly, and the entire room goes silent. "My family is very poor," he says softly. "We struggle every day. My mama works so hard, and my papa too. I want to help them. I want to change our life." The raw honesty in those simple words spreads across the room like a quiet shockwave. The audience falls into a heavy silence. Several people press their lips together, fighting the sudden sting of tears. On the judges' panel, even Simon's expression shifts, his eyebrows lifting just a bit, his face softening with genuine interest. Sofia brings a hand to her chest. Heidi's eyes glisten. It is clear that this little boy has already touched every heart in the room without singing a single note. Simon leans forward, his voice gentler than usual. "Daniel," he says, "coming here takes a lot of courage, and I want you to know, we're all rooting for you." Daniel nods, swallowing hard. The microphone wobbles slightly in his hands. "Whenever you are ready," Simon adds quietly. The stage falls into a hush. The lights dim just enough to make Daniel glow under a focused spotlight. He looks out at the vast sea of faces, thousands of eyes fixed on him. For a moment he squeezes the microphone as if it were the only familiar thing in this enormous new world. Then he takes a deep breath, a long, slow inhale that rises from deep inside, from a place filled with dreams, fear, and hope. The entire room leans forward as one, waiting for the sound of the first note, the note that will change his life. The moment Daniel nods that he's ready, the stage darkens slightly, leaving him under a soft spotlight that glows like a moonbeam. A gentle, instrumental intro begins, slow piano chords, delicate and emotional. Daniel closes his eyes, gathering every ounce of courage in his tiny body. His chest rises with one steady breath. Then he sings. The first note is fragile, almost like a whisper carried by the wind, soft but perfectly controlled. The clarity of his voice catches the audience off guard. A few people tilt their heads, surprised by how angelic and pure he sounds. Simon's eyes sharpen, noticing the natural tone and effortless control. But Daniel isn't done. He steps closer to the microphone, and the second line of the song comes out stronger, still gentle but now filled with emotion. His voice trembles slightly, not from fear but from feeling. It is the sound of someone who has lived more hardship than most people twice his age. As he moves into the verse, something shifts. His voice begins to stretch out, richer, deeper, more powerful. The audience grows completely silent. People stop breathing. Phones stop recording. No one wants to miss a second. Simon exchanges a glance with Howie, who raises his eyebrows in disbelief. Sofia brings her fingertips to her lips, her eyes already wet. Heidi leans forward as if the music is pulling her closer. Daniel opens his eyes now, and for the first time he looks straight ahead. Not at the judges, not at the crowd, but at the lights, as if he can see his dreams shining back at him. When the chorus arrives, he pours everything from inside him into it. His voice soars, a perfect, emotional, heart-gripping note that echoes across the studio like it was meant for a cathedral. It's pure, it's raw, it's powerful. The camera shows a woman in the audience covering her mouth, tears spilling down her cheeks. A man beside her nods repeatedly, whispering, "Wow, wow." Over by the aisle, a teenager clasps her hands together as if witnessing a miracle. Daniel hits a high note, bold and bright, and the audience gasps audibly. It vibrates through the air, through the floor, through the hearts of everyone watching. Even Simon can't hide his reaction. His usually guarded face opens with genuine amazement. He looks at the boy as if he cannot believe such a voice is coming from someone so small. The music softens again, and Daniel lets the emotion in his voice melt into the final lines. He sings them slowly, tenderly, as if speaking directly to his parents watching backstage. Every word carries a piece of his soul. And then, with a final, delicate breath, the song ends. For one heartbeat, the entire studio is frozen. Then the explosion happens. The audience rises all at once. A massive, immediate, thunderous standing ovation. People cheer, cry, shout his name. The judges stand too, clapping, stunned, overwhelmed. And in the middle of the storm stands Daniel, small, trembling and shining. The cheers echo through the AGT studio like a roaring wave, washing over the stage and surrounding Daniel in a wall of pure love and admiration. He stands frozen in the center, his small chest heaving from the emotional weight of the performance. Tears pool in his eyes as he takes in the sea of people standing, clapping, yelling, cheering for him. A boy who once sang barefoot outside his house in the Philippines is now receiving one of the loudest ovations in AGT history. Backstage, Daniel's mother and father cling to each other, crying openly. His mother whispers prayers under her breath, hands trembling over her mouth. His father wipes his eyes, overwhelmed by pride, disbelief, and gratitude. On stage, the judges continue clapping long after the audience begins to settle. Sophia is the first to speak. Her voice shakes slightly as she says, "Daniel, that was incredible. Your voice, your emotion, everything was perfect." Heidi nods, still visibly moved. "You touched all of us, sweetheart. You sang like you were telling a story only you could tell." Daniel sniffles, wiping his face. "Thank you. Thank you so much." Then Simon steps forward, and the room falls silent. He places both hands on the table and leans in, his expression unusually soft. "Daniel," he begins, "we've had many singers on the stage, many young performers. But what you did just now, that wasn't just singing." Simon pauses, searching for the right words. "You shared a piece of your soul with us, and I felt every second of it." Daniel's lip trembles. "But," Simon continues, "I think something even more special needs to happen right now." A buzzing excitement ripples through the crowd. The audience senses something coming. Before Simon can move, Heidi stands up abruptly, wiping a tear from her cheek. "No," she says with a warm smile, "this moment belongs to me." The audience screams. Daniel looks confused, his eyes darting between the judges. Heidi steps toward the center of the panel and places both hands over the giant golden buzzer. She looks at him with a smile so full of pride it nearly melts him. "Daniel," she says softly, "you deserve this, from the bottom of my heart." And then, slam! Her hands hit the golden buzzer with a dramatic, powerful strike. The entire stage explodes with golden light. Confetti bursts from above, raining down like a storm of glittering stars. The audience erupts into screams. Daniel gasps, his hands flying up to cover his mouth. Tears rush down his cheeks as he lets out a small, shaking sob. The music swells as golden confetti fills the air, wrapping around him like a dream come alive. His parents backstage scream with joy, his father dropping to his knees while his mother cries into her hands. Heidi runs to him, wrapping him in a warm hug. Sophia follows, holding him gently. Howie pats his shoulders. Simon places a hand softly on the boy's back and whispers, "This is your moment, Daniel. You earned every second." Daniel stands there, drenched in gold, holding his face in disbelief. A poor Filipino boy whose voice just changed his life forever.